If you're watching this video, there's a good possibility you're interested in the Honda CRF250l. Before I purchased this motorcycle, I did a ton of research and was somewhat lost in between the mixed reviews. I've read and I've watched the good, the bad, and the ugly. Today I would like to clear it up and give you guys my honest review and help you guys pick the perfect motorcycle so you could enjoy it the way I do, being on and off the road. This bike was purchased brand new, so everything was completely stock. On asphalt, the tires performed pretty well for me. I felt they gripped pretty well, even when I got caught up in the nasty downpour. Going up steep hills, I had to push it a bit harder due to the stock gearing. Other than that, it performed pretty well, and I even had this motorcycle on the highway. Now let's take a look off-road. I feel this doesn't perform nearly as well off-road as it does on the asphalt. The stock tires felt really unstable, especially in the mud. I constantly found the front tire washing out and the rear would break free, especially going up steep, washed out hills. As soon as my tires got worn down, I upgraded to more aggressive tires. As soon as I did that, this performed like a completely different machine. Another problem I've come across would be the front stock sprocket. Before I dropped a tooth in the front to give it more pull, it felt like I was missing an entire gear. It felt like I was missing second gear. Going from first to second was more like going from first to third. As soon as I upgraded that front sprocket, just like with the tires, it performed like a completely different machine. Upgrading this front sprocket also helped on the asphalt, believe it or not. It gave me more engine braking and I was able to accelerate a bit quicker when I needed to. Now going up hills, this bike performs a lot better. I don't have any issues going up nasty, aggressive hills. Now this is how I feel about the suspension. I haven't had any issues so far with the suspension being too soft or collapsing. However, I do feel that it's on the harder side and the rear shock is completely loosened. I'm not 100% certain on this, but I've read that the front shocks are not adjustable whatsoever. Now, I'm going to clear up the air before I give you guys my next opinion. Please note that I am not making fun of anybody whatsoever. I do not condone in that. I'm about 140 pounds, and the one thing I did notice, the people that are complaining about this suspension are a lot larger than I am. I'm unsure of the weight capacity on this. Like I stated earlier, I'm about 140 pounds. You'd probably get away with this completely stock if you're under 160 pounds. You may have to tighten up the rear shock though. Let's get into the power delivery. The power delivery on this, I feel, is extremely smooth. One of my favorite features, I'd have to say, is the fuel injection. I think the fuel injection on this is absolutely incredible. There's no burp or throttle lag. I feel it's just completely instant. This is not a motocross bike at all by any means, but I have kept up with them on the trails without any issues whatsoever. When I push this bike, it does move. However, there's certain times where I wish it had that little extra snap. I've been owning motorcycles since the age of 16. This is by far my favorite. I've owned a crotch rocket, a motocross bike, a trail bike, and another dual sport. However, that does not mean that this motorcycle is for everyone. If you're a larger adult, this may not be for you. The suspension might feel terrible and it may feel like it's underpowered. Last thing I dislike is definitely the weight. It is very heavy off-road. Some minor upgrades, you could turn this into a serious machine. All in all, I love my 2016 CRF250l.